Oil prices spiked over the weekend, this following America's strikes on Iran, but now they're in the red. You can see that, of course. President Trump posted on Truth Social this morning, "Everyone keep oil prices down. I'm watching. You're playing right into the hands of the enemy. Don't do it," posted the president. And to the Department of Energy, drill, baby, drill, and I mean now. Brian Sullivan is here at Post 9. He's going to help us break those things down. I guess let's start with drill, baby, drill. We've talked about this a lot. You've obviously contributed key reporting on it. You can say all you want about drilling, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen here in the U.S., does it?
No, you're exactly right. And rig counts, Baker Hughes rig counts, which kind of is an indicator of future drilling, are actually down in the United States and down globally year over year. So if you had to say what's the direction of oil in the United States, you'd probably say it's flat to down, not going up. Now, that could change.
In terms of production.
Correct. If the price of oil goes up, oil companies make more money. The reality is this. Most probably have a cost basis, $35, $40. Anything above that is probably profit. So the price goes up, their earnings go up, revenue goes up. They might be encouraged to drill more, but there's no sign drilling is going to go up anytime soon.
Although the energy secretary responded to the president by writing, "We're on it." How much can they push producers?
I don't know if they could push them at all. Listen, I have great respect for the Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright, but talk to Exxon, talk to Chevron, talk to Marathon, talk to anybody that's out there putting a pipe into the ground and say, Carl, you've got to go out there and drill more oil. You can say what you want, but they're going to do what's best for them economically. That's the bottom line,
and that's where we are. But if the permitting gets easier and the rules get easier, doesn't that incentivize them to do more?
The idea is that if we can ease up the permitting, that's why we were in Alaska a couple of weeks ago, part of the reason we were there. If you can ease that up, maybe you'll drill more. But here's the dirty secret, Sarah, is that a lot of this Tier 1 acreage, which is the best of the best oil, according to Scott Sheffield, who's sold his company and now will just basically say what he wants, which is good. Tier 1 acreage is actually going down, not up. So the best wells are being depleted a little bit faster. That said, the rest of the world, OPEC adding 411,000 barrels a day. So the world's adding more oil. The U.S., I'm not sure we can.
Let's move on to the rest of the world, specifically the Straits of Hormuz. Continued concern, perhaps, that Iran might try to stop the ability to move oil through there. What do you think?
You're a Jeopardy champion.
Yes, a champion. Yes, that's what I like to.
So let's
win.
Let's do shipping trivia for 800.
Okay.
How many times has the Strait of Hormuz been closed? 0. It's never.
I was going to say 0. You didn't give me a chance.
Okay, well, the buzzer went off.
Yes.
Okay, here's the reality. Even during the Gulf War, when missiles, 451 oil tankers were attacked, mined, or shot at, 451, the Strait of Hormuz was not shut down. The reality is China's going to have something to say about it. The U.S. 5th Naval Fleet, which is in Bahrain, is going to have something to say about it. The Nimitz Carrier Group is going over there. They're going to have something to say about it.
Doesn't mean these tankers are going to make their own call and do a U-turn, or if transmissions get jammed, they'll
As
be like...
our friend and colleague Lorianne LaRocca reported this morning, you've already seen a few turn around, right? We had a couple collide last week. We had a fire. We don't want the environmental disaster, Carl, but it's going to get more expensive. So shipping day rates were at $24,000 a day about a week and a half ago. They're at $100,000 and going up right now. So vessel owners are like, yeah, we'll go, but you're going to have to pay us.
Insurance
Costs up, shipping costs up, risk is up. All those things are up, but you know what else is up? The volume of oil flowing through the Strait of Hormuz, at least now, as people kind of stock up.
Right.
Ahead of any fear of a spike.
But Iranian oil goes to China for the most part, right? I mean, and to your point.
Almost every drop of exported Iranian oil is ultimately bought by the Chinese. Here's the reality. Iran, the rotating presidency of OPEC. Okay, what are they going to do? They're going to tick off the Saudis? No. Tick off the Kuwaitis? The UAE? No. The Emiratis? Absolutely not. If you attack Iraqi oil production, you're sort of attacking, they've been at war, but at the same time, they're both members of OPEC. The reality is what's probably going to happen is the Houthis, some of these proxies, might launch some missiles at ships. Also, it's not just about the Strait of Hormuz. Watch what's called Bab al-Mandeb Strait. That's between Yemen and Djibouti. And, of course, the Suez Canal. Those are kind of choke points outside of the Strait of Hormuz.
There's another scenario. And by the way, the administration, to your point, has said it's economic suicide for Iran if they end up closing the Strait of Hormuz or even disrupting it, because that's where they bring in their revenues as well.
90% of their oil is exported off an island called Karg or Kark, various pronunciations, right in the middle of the Persian Gulf.
But the other scenario, so one is the Strait of Hormuz. The other sort of scenario that people on Wall Street are gaming out is whether just if there's any loss of Iranian barrels on the market, and whether that can be made up and what that scenario would look like.
Well, remember, there are sanctions on Iranian oil. And about a few years ago, we saw about 500,000 barrels a day get exported. That's about a half of a ship. Now we're at 1.5 million barrels. So we've already had 1 million barrels of Iranian oil off the market. The price of oil was higher to start the year, Carl, than it is right now, because here's the reality. There is plenty of oil, and there is no disruption. Now, that could change. Wake up tomorrow morning, everything could be different. But right now, there is no disruption, and the price of oil, as the great Tom Lee just said, may determine. He dropped my name, Carl, so I'm going to drop his. I got to do it.
He didn't call you the great, though.
I'm just upping the game.
Oh, okay.
I'm upping the ante.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, right now, no disruption of oil. That's the key. For the viewers out there, if you see anything having to do with the Strait of Hormuz, Bab el-Mandeb Strait, Suez Canal, price of oil is probably going to move, but right now it's not. By the way, I'm going to be hosting the Exchange and Power Lunch, so I need to go so I can go do those shows.
But it is odd that the Iranian parliament did back blocking it, despite all this.
Kind of toothless, right?
They can, yeah, I can say what I want, but ultimately that's not how it works. The Iranian parliament is going to say we're going to close the Strait of Hormuz. No, they're not.
There's some higher ups.
I think there's a higher power in Tehran than the Iran. I didn't even know Iran had a parliament.
True. That's a good point.
Brian.